Hi, I'm Kenneth Wajda. I'm a professional photographer here in Colorado. Welcome to another one of my photography talks. So today I want to talk about creating a little series. So this summer, I've been to a lot of parties. I've been to parties at my neighbors. My neighbors are the greatest folks where I used to live. They would come over, or they would pop over, they would email me and say, hey, we're having a little whiskey and playing some board games, or we're listening to records and you want to come over? And I would pour a beer and I'd walk around the back of my house and we shared a duplex and it was so much fun. And they would have parties and I photographed them. They know that wherever I go I bring a camera, and a party lends itself to photographing. And then there was a party at my new house, and then there was a party at a friend's house. They were leaving and moving too. We have all these parties going on. I never have so many parties to go to. And suddenly I did, and I've been photographing them. I even went to a dinner party at a house and brought a camera there, and all of those lent themselves to different kinds of photographs. They were all very interesting to me because there's familiar faces, but there's also, different surroundings, different things going on. And so I've been working on a series this summer of photographs of parties and celebrations and people just engaging. And I thought that might be something that if you're looking for a photo project, that would be a fun thing to contribute to. For you to build something that says, okay, here's some of the places that I've been, some of the parties I've been to, some of the social gatherings or dinner barbecues, things like that. And I'll put a bunch of links in the comments below so you can see some of them. But to me, it's such a treat to be able to photograph, not like a pose picture of everybody at the party, but just the interaction, the friends who came together, the people who I know, the people that you know. My friends have gotten to the point where they know I have a camera in my hand. There's a photographer on Facebook called Stephen Dorado who I'm a fan of because he shoots a lot with an 8x10 camera, and I'll put a link to his work below. But he shoots also family, and he shoots people with an 8x10 camera, and he shoots often at parties and at social events and gatherings. He even has a around the dinner table series, and it's just every time that they gather he shoots the table. And there's something simple about that kind of an approach. It's like, well, for sure you have a subject because you end up at events like that. And because I photograph all the time, people expect to see my camera. They don't or aren't surprised when I pick it up to shoot. I don't ask them if I can shoot. I'm very much, I can be talking to somebody and I see something over here and I'll keep talking and I'll just pick up the camera and I'll shoot and I'll put it back down. And it's very unobtrusive. It's very spontaneous. I'm a pretty fast photographer when it comes to getting a setup and shooting it. I'm not taking 2 minutes to pose it up and get it all lined up. I can pretty much see what I want and the camera's always set ready to go. So in some sense it's very unobtrusive, but it's also constant. I'm also there looking for things that jump out at me. And maybe that's not even true. Maybe I'm not looking for things, but things do jump out at me. It's like by being aware that I have a camera and by being present with it, that's the one time that when things catch my attention. I'm not actually seeking out photographs. I'm actually just watching people, and when something looks interesting to me, then I'll photograph it. In fact, one of the best parties and one of the challenges I had was the last going away party. My neighbors in the back who have the whiskey and the records, they had a going away party for me, and my plan was to have a yard sale that morning, sell the last of the stuff that we weren't going to be moving to the new place. My partner and I run to the new place, get showers, clean up, and get back to the party. But the sale went so late that people started arriving, we had no time to go back, and the camera was still back at the old place, or I'm sorry, at the new place. And it wasn't at the yard sale, it wasn't at the place we were clearing out. And so I didn't have a camera for that party. And everybody was like, what's going on? There's something wrong here. Nothing's working right. You don't have a camera. And I'm like, I know, I don't have a camera. And I had a phone, but I don't consider a phone a camera, and I don't like taking pictures with a phone. I find that they're always kind of blurry, and I don't get it. I don't really know how to hold this thing. I know how to hold a camera. So that was one party where there were no photographs, and that's a rarity for me. And it was difficult because I kept seeing moments that I would have photographed, but that was an exception, lost in the move, I suppose. But in any case, documenting small parties, small simple things like something that you access and frequent all the time. Summertime's a great time for it. People are barbecuing and there's lots of smoke in the air. In Colorado, there's other kinds of smoke in the air, and it's always a fun mix of people interacting, and I think it's a great photo subject. So I'm working on that. Maybe you can too, and if you want to post any photos in the links below, send a comment and put some links so we can see what you're working on. And it's always great to share photography. All right, that's today's photography talk. I hope you're enjoying this series, and you can support, hit the Patreon. If you are enjoying these, hit the subscribe button, and we'll talk photography again. Thanks for watching. Here's the great light.